Now let's turn to our next speaker, Mr. Wensheng Huang, who is the chairman of SIIPF Capital, also board member of Hydrogen Council. His topic is from hydrogen energy to carbon neutral to impact investment. Please, Mr. Huang.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to participate in the forum and share with you my view on carbon neutrality, sustainable development, and the hydrogen industry. In recent years, the negative effects of climate change have emerged more rapidly, widely, and severely than expected. In order to achieve the 1.5-degree climate targets, several dozens of countries have proposed carbon neutrality goals and visions. The European Union and its members pledged to achieve the goal of climate neutrality before 2050 by creating a roadmap for action in various fields through the Green New Deal. During the 75th United Nations General Assembly, President Xi Jinping proposed that China aims to have a CO2 emission peak before the 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before the 2060. The new US President Biden rejoined the Paris Agreement soon after his inauguration. In the long term, the impact of the global climate change is more profound than the current epidemic. Dealing with the climate change and promoting economic and social development after the epidemic require actions from all the countries and the business across the world. In September 2015, the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit launched the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and proposed 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The Goal 7 states, ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. This goal put forward clear requirements for future energy development. Efficiency is key to energy transition. But how can we improve the energy efficiency? Let's think about the internal combustion engine. The energy efficiency of the traditional heat engine is very low, usually no higher than 40%, which means in order to realize the efficiency use the energy, we have to overcome the limitation of the combustion area. The electrification of energy and use is a trend. At present, people are able to convert the chemical energy into electricity and conduct reverse conversion through lithium-ion batteries, hydrogen fuel cells, and other forms. These measures help to store energy and enhance energy efficiency. But the storage of the electricity remains a big problem. Hydrogen is the most abundant element known in the universe. It has the smallest relevant atomic mass, which only one electron outside the nucleus. Thus, we consider it to be the best carrier for the future energy storage. Either usage of hydrogen, the direct combustion, or the electrochemical reaction through a fuel cell produce only water without any pollutant or carbon emission. With continuous scaling up and the cost reduction of the renewable energy generation of the green hydrogen, the performance of hydrogen energy in terms of the greenness, low carbon, and the sustainability is even more unquestionable. At present, transportation sector plays as a breakthrough in the application of hydrogen energy. In the past decades, the global development of the new energy vehicles have shown a dynamic trend, especially in China. In 2010, the number of the new electric vehicles in China was below 30,000. By end of the 2020, the number of the new energy vehicles in China have reached almost 5 million, accounting to 40% of the world's new energy vehicles. For many years, China's production and the sales of the new energy vehicles ranked first in the world. When analyzing the economics of the pure electric vehicle and the fuel cell vehicles, IEA found that when the cruising range exceeding 400 kilometers, the cost of the fuel cell vehicles can be equal to that of the pure electric vehicles. With the fuel cell, storage tanks and the hydrogen refueling stations gaining more popularity, the competitiveness of the fuel cell will be further highlighted. This process witnessed the formation of the 2 trillion markets. The EV industry is a trillion-level market, while the fuel cell industry chain and the related energy and the material industries are also trillion-level markets. I think that China's domestic hydrogen energy industry is still in an early stage, very sensitive to the policy and the higher development on the support of the central and the local government. Some of these technologies are not yet mature, such as MEA, proton exchange membranes, and stacks. Technological process and scaling ups are key to reducing cost. Related policies and standard systems need to be improved. The domestic capital market is highly optimistic about hydrogen energy, even radical. From equipment manufacturing, technology, materials, to operations, the entire industry chain has an enterprise layouts. It is a double-edged sword. On one hand, the enthusiasm of the capital is conducive to promoting the development of the industry. On the other hand, the influx of hot money push up the valuation, which is not good for the development of the enterprise in the long run. Carbon neutrality is a self-reform for mankind, accelerating the innovation and the industrialization of the advanced energy and the decarbonization technologies will reshape the world economic, trade, and the technological competitions, and change global rules and models, especially for the energy industry. The industry and the enterprises must reform themselves, conforming to and leading the trends of the global economic and social change, and building core competitiveness. SIIPF Group is the largest oil and petrochemical product suppliers and the second largest oil and gas producer in China, the largest refining company and the third largest chemical company in the world. In order to accelerate the transformation and upgrading and to promote sustainable development of economic and society, SIIPF has put forward the vision of building a world-leading clean energy chemical company and foster new core competence based on its advantages in conventional energy, and have implemented the development strategies of value creation, market orientation, technological innovation, greenness and cleanness, openness and cooperation, market for use of the talent. Founding in 2018, SIIPF Capital serves as SIIPF's new vehicle to invest on emerging fields, fostering the new momentum for the transformation and the sustainable development. We adhere to the concept of value investment, focusing on the high-value targets of the industry chain, conducting both strategic and financial investment. We aim at realizing the cultivation of the industry chain and the layout of the ecological circle, and hope to achieve value enhancing with all the strategic investors during the investment. For hydrogen sector, in 2019, we invested in Shanghai ReFire, a well-known supplier of a hydrogen fuel cell system in China. With our active and productive post-investment management, ReFire has developed into one of the world's largest supplier of the hydrogen-powered commercial vehicle engines. ReFire plays the role as our starting point to accelerate the layout of the entire value chain. In 2020, we initiated NZ Fund, which is also the first fund established by SIIPF Group, focusing on investing in the area of energy transition and new material science. SIIPF Capital trusts in our motto, technology orientation, capital empowered. We look forward to working with you, jointly promoting the development of the business of energy transition, helping China achieve its carbon peak and the carbon neutrality goals, and making new contributions to the global sustainable development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Huang, for your very useful comments on green energy and from largest Chinese energy company's perspective.